Hello there, my name is Ren, and I appreciate you being here with me. In today's video, I'll be showing you how I drive a car, as well as the technique used to get my wheelchair into the trunk. So let's get to it. For those new to my channel, I am paralyzed below the ankles and have some progressively worsening neurological issues that have made using a wheelchair the most freeing option for me. With that said, being fully independent requires a bit of adaptation and creativity. When it came to driving, I tried everything to see what would be the easiest for me to manage if I were out and about on my own. Utilizing the trunk space made the most sense since it would prevent me from needing to disassemble the wheelchair. First, I needed to be able to safely get to the trunk from the driver's seat. Holding onto the car's door handles was helpful, but there was nothing to hold onto past the back door, so my mother installed a black dog leash that was first hooked to the backseat grab handle, then exposed on the outside of the car, and then securely clipped onto a hook in the trunk. This way, I had something to hold onto between the car's back door and the trunk area. If I were to slip or fall, I also had something to grab and help me back up. It may not work for everyone, but it works for me.
There are many things that I am yet to see. Some I witnessed, I just can't believe it. The way it all works out. And when it sometimes doesn't go to plan, you throw out a cuss and you get stuck in the sand. But there's a way somehow. Find a way somehow.
Figuring out how to lift the wheelchair into the trunk on my own was the next step. My poor balance made it nearly impossible to lift the chair into the trunk with one hand while standing. We tried using a manual carabiner and rope system to lift the chair, but we couldn't get the correct angle. The chair needed to be lifted upward and then pulled left, and this was not possible from where I was sitting in the trunk. Standing was not an option, at least from a safety perspective, due to the possibility of puddles, ice patches, gravel, or uneven ground that could lead me to slip or fall. Finally, with the help of an old bathroom stool and a short dog leash, I was able to pull the wheelchair into the trunk by myself. We hooked the dog leash around the wheelchair's left push handle and propped the large left wheel on the stool. This gave me the leverage to heave the chair into the trunk. I keep a bright green towel in the trunk in case I want to protect my pants from the mud and dirt on the wheels. This is especially important if I'm wearing my work uniform. Nothing like having tire streaks up your body as if your out-of-control wheelchair decided to run you over a few times before finally letting you on board. So, if my feet are paralyzed, how can I drive? Well, my leg orthotics lock my ankles at a 90-degree angle, which provides the leverage needed to push down on the pedals. Like most people who drive an automatic, I learned to use the pedals with only my right foot. My thighs, which have full sensation but limited neurological function, also provide a general sense of how hard I'm pressing down. They are also the main muscles I use to push the pedals. It has taken some practice, but we all need that when trying out something new. I do not use any hand controls and do not require special equipment to help me drive. Though, I will note that the backup camera has been a great blessing, since I do find it difficult to turn around and look out the trunk's window while also pushing down on the gas pedal. It's not impossible, however, and I did it for many years before getting a car with a backup camera.
I know at first instance
I keep an eye on the speedometer to confirm how fast I am going, and thus how firmly my foot is pressing down on the gas pedal or brake. I can still feel pressure on the soles of my feet, despite lacking sensation or movement. It is difficult to describe to those who have typical bodily function, but to put it simply, part of my mind still recognizes that my feet are there.
Give it all, give it all, give it everything you have.
For those wondering, the longest I've driven is 20 hours over the course of 2 days. I found it more emotionally exhausting than physically exhausting, and interestingly enough, my legs didn't fall asleep or cramp up. Of course, I still opted for breaks every 2 to 3 hours for the sake of my sanity, and because sitting in the same position for any length of time can be extremely uncomfortable for other parts of my body. My butt and spine were not happy campers.
No wind, no rain, no not to it. No, I don't need the trouble. I can't think straight, can't concentrate. Feels like I'm seeing double. You're on my mind, deep in my head. I think you're taking over me. Do you feel it now? What I told you about? Do you feel it now? No wind, no rain, won't make a change, won't fold your boldest value. This love I hope's not growing on. Still I swear that I'm up for you. Runs in our blood for better good, and I know why you're beside me. I can feel it now, what you told me about. I can feel it now. I will keep going. While blood keeps on flowing. No wind, no rain, no not to it. I wouldn't wish.
Being able to drive has granted me true independence. It has allowed me to travel, grocery shop on my own, visit family and friends, and well, be reliant only on myself. It is a true privilege to be independent. And though it has taken much adaptation and creativity, there is no greater joy than finding liberation.
I will keep going. While blood keeps on flowing.
If you are interested in seeing more from me, please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you for stopping by. I hope that we meet again soon.